Hello, I'm Dr. Chris Walton. I've got a very exciting video for you here. You're going to see me testing the subconscious mind of a client and do change work at the subconscious level, reprogram his subconscious mind with new specific beliefs to help him achieve his goals. And he got 3 big goals. And what you're going to see at the end of this video is 6 months after the session. So what actually happened in his real life? Did doing this mindset subconscious change work help him achieve his goals? Let's get straight to it. If you like the video, click the like button, leave a little comment and consider subscribing. Thank you.
There is a hidden force that controls you. This hidden force controls not only what you think and feel, it's also sabotaging all of your goals and life plans. Now, what I'm talking about here is subconscious limiting beliefs. Beliefs that you don't even know that you might have. And these beliefs go so deep, we might have had them since childhood. And you can do breath work until the cows come home, and we can sit on a mountain and we can meditate all day. And yet if we don't do something about these limiting beliefs, we're always going to be pushing against ourselves. I hung out with this guy, Dr. Chris Walton. He's the author and creator of a technique known as the Gamma Mindset. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how I was able to identify and then rewrite my own limiting beliefs. Now, the results are quite literally shocking. I'm going to share with you what I went through, how it happened, and the profound effects it's had on my life in the time since we did this. I also cannot wait to share with you the 6 core beliefs that if we can master, we can create true, lasting change. Okay, let me just level with you here. One of the reasons this was so attractive to me to go and see Chris was because I'm no stranger to setting goals. I went on Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins. I was able to walk across Spain on the Camino de Santiago, and I jumped into ice baths with Wim Hof. And yet at that time, there are things that I'm really struggling with. For example, I've got this functional breathing course, and I've been working on it for a year at that point, and I just can't seem to get it delivered. A lot of imposter syndrome going on there. I really want to quit my day job and work on this channel full time, and yet I'm terrified and can't seem to get that goal forward. And probably the one that sits with me the most uncomfortable is I play with this idea of becoming a parent, becoming a father, and I'm just so worried that I just don't think I'm ready for it. I'm 40 nearly, and yet I just don't ever feel like I'm ever going to be ready to be a dad. So I had to go and see what Chris had to offer and see if he's legit. So after Chris reviewed the client intake form with me, it was time to get on the couch and relax. Okay, we are finally ready for the muscle testing to begin. Now Chris is going to say out loud 6 core belief statements, and I am going to repeat them. But here's what's important. These statements which I'm about to reveal to you, I believe are the missing link why so many of us struggle to make sustained, lasting change. I've read many self-help books, I've looked at tons of YouTube videos, but it seems most people are missing this exact thing, which are these 6 core beliefs, because these are absolutely vital to us making a sustained, lasting change by going deep into our self-beliefs. With each of these statements, you also have to repeat at the end, and I believe this 100%. Let's go. It is safe for me to change. I deserve to change. All parts of me are ready, willing and able to change. It's natural for me to change. It's in my best and highest good to change. I love myself enough to change. Okay, let's see what happens now when Chris tests me on those for the first time.
Okay, so you're going to see me using muscle testing on mic now to test the reaction of his subconscious brain. So you see he's lying on the couch, his arm is up, and I'm getting him to say a statement out loud and then telling him to hold his arm strong as I push on it, to find out when he says that statement, thinks about that core belief statement, does it strengthen him or does his arm start to go down because there's a stress response and that actually weakens him, which then we know, well, he doesn't believe that deep down because it's creating stress when he even thinks about it. So let's have a look what happened with Mike's tests.
Okay, so let's see. It is safe for me to change. I believe this 100%.
It is safe for me to change. I believe this 100%.
And hold. I deserve to change. I believe this 100%.
I deserve to change. I believe this 100%.
Hold. It is natural for me to change.
It is natural for me to change. I believe this 100%.
Oh.
Yeah.
So as you say that, relax. So as you say that, to process that information, you're firing up your stress centres, which is not what you want.
And as I suspected.
On those 6 core beliefs that I said at the start, you're blocked on all of them. It's not that you're blocked 100%, but that doesn't matter. You're blocked a percentage, which means any aspect of change out there, any aspect of change in your life, which let's face it's relentless and it changed today, there's a stress response in your brain that's limiting you by the very fact that it goes into stress.
Okay, now what you're going to see me doing now is guiding Mike into the gamma mindset technique, which is a technique that I developed that creates a peak brain state in just 60 seconds where you can do rapid subconscious reprogramming. So you're going to see me guide Mike through this technique and then test the beliefs at the end once he's integrated them to confirm the change has happened at the subconscious level. You can try this technique for yourself with a fully guided session by myself on the website gammamindset.com.
Okay, we are ready now for the coolest part of this. Chris is now going to use his own technique to put my brain into gamma so I can start to rewrite some of those limiting beliefs and those blockers that we just tested on.
So cross one ankle over the other.
Does it matter which way?
Nope, whichever's most comfy. One arm over the other, and with your fingers, just a touch, just a light touch, interlock, and just a touch, and roll around, no tension. That's it, Mike, and close your eyes. Okay, so now, just consciously relaxing the scalp.
So after crossing the arms and legs, and that's doing something to the left and right hemispheres of my brain, I then get into a more relaxed state. And Chris and I have already agreed on the word lucky, which is one of my old dogs and triggers a beautiful feeling and emotion in me. And then Chris will start to repeat the core beliefs, and I will start to repeat them in my head until such a point I feel that I'm starting to believe them.
And now repeat these belief statements silently and slowly to yourself. And when you sort of feel that your body's got it, give me a nod and I will give you the next one. So the first one, it is safe for me to change. It is safe for me to change. Just silently and slowly until you feel your body's got it, and give me a nod.
Okay, so I'm not straight away going, yeah, it's safe for me to change. I'm repeating that over and over again in my head. And at the start, I'm thinking, yeah, but it's not safe for me to change, is it? Because it's a little, but in that state, and I'm just saying it over and over again, at a certain point, I go, yeah, I believe that. It is safe for me to change, and I believe that 100%. And as we went through all the different statements, some were quicker than others, but by the end of it, I was like, yeah. And it just got quicker and quicker as we went on. It was the weirdest feeling, because there was a knowing inside me going, yeah, I think it is. I believe it is. I can change. I can change. I love myself enough to change, and I believe that 100%. But of course now we need to test, because I'm thinking a certain thing, but let's go back to the kinesiology, the final step, and test if I've actually been able to rewrite some of those limiting beliefs.
Okay, so say out loud, Mike, it is safe for me to change. I believe this 100%.
It's safe for me to change. I believe this 100%.
Hold. Feel that? I deserve to change. I believe this 100%.
I deserve to change. I believe this 100%.
Hold. Feel again?
Yeah.
Yeah. All parts of me are ready, willing, and able to change.
All parts of me are ready, willing, and able to change.
This 100%.
I believe this 100%.
Hold. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. It is natural for me to change.
It is natural for me to change.
I believe this 100%.
I believe this 100%.
Hold. Okay. It is in my best and highest good to change.
It is in my best and highest good to change.
I believe this 100%.
I believe this 100%.
Hold. I love myself enough to change.
I love myself enough to change. I believe this 100%.
Hold. Okay.
Boom, and so it turns out I'm clear on all 6 of the core beliefs. I'm not quite sure what to make of all of that, because something feels like it's shifted. That was, I'm so glad that I took the time to do that. I'm not sure what the ripple effects of that session's going to be.
Okay, so we started with Mike by testing him on those subconscious beliefs about change, and he was blocked on all of them, and we reprogrammed them so they were now positive programs running in his brain and mind. Now, I then got down to the specifics with Mike about his goals. So from leaving a paid job to going to work on his YouTube channel, there were some fears, some doubts, some anxieties about that. We cleared the emotional stress so he could think about making that move without that stress kicking in his brain, sending that stress chemistry and horrible feeling into the body and limiting him to actually take the action and do it the best way he can with all of his skills, knowledge and experience. So we cleared that. That's so important to be free of those autopilot negative emotions. We did that the same about his other goal, which was completing his course and getting it out into selling it on the web. And then the aspect about becoming a father, we cleared the anxieties, the fears, the doubts about that. So emotionally, he becomes healthy in these topics. When he's thinking about them, there is positive emotion so that you can keep your brain switched on and make a good decision moving forward and not be stuck in stress because of those old conditioned emotions. It's so important to do that, and we did that. And of course, as important, if not a little bit more, is to reprogram those underlying subconscious beliefs. All of the core beliefs about change, about confidence and self-esteem, about success, about making money, about taking action, about having healthy relationships. All of those core beliefs need to really make sure that they're updated and positive. And then the specifics to Mike's goals, to make sure that deep down the subconscious, his subconscious, is programmed to achieve those specific goals. So that's what we did for the rest of the session. I didn't put that on the video because some of it, of course, is more personal and also would have made it a long video. But you can see what happened 6 months after Mike finished the session. Let's take a look now.
Here we are 6 months later, and the question that people always ask is, so what? So what? You do all this great stuff. What does it really mean? Well, number one, I have been able to quit my day job. I will be 100% working on this channel and the breathwork business come January 2023. That is going to happen as a result of the conversations and the work I did with Chris. Number two, I was working on my breath course for over a year. It's delivered, it's out, and that got delivered within weeks of me working through this stuff with Chris. There was one more thing that happened. And so for the first time, I can reveal that I'm going to be a dad. I'm going to be a parent. I can't believe it. And you know what? There is some like, oh my God, nervousness, but there's no limiting beliefs here around I'm going to be a bad dad, I'm going to be a poor dad. I'm just so excited to have that and to share that with you. And that is happening. And I have to say, in part, that is down to Mr. Chris Walton, doctor, and his limiting beliefs. So there you go.